You share some things about, the industry that I wanted to just talk with you about. Talk about one, the craze for fame these days.
Yeah.
That's what you were talking about, people chasing clouds and doing all kinds of crazy things. Yeah. But I mean, somebody will say that's the generation. That's what everybody is doing.
Well, that's the generation, but that's not the generation I want to belong to.
Yeah. What are the desperate things that people do?
There's just crazy things. Some people even go spiritual, start doing one thing or another so that one man can be attracted to you or... Come on, I don't think all those things are necessary.
What's leading to that? Is there something that has changed in our society?
That's why I said it's pressure. Do you know that even online, people are selling charm?
Yes, and TikTok, we see that.
TikTok is crazy.
Yeah.
Even on Instagram, like it's easy to just order something that they will tell you, okay, this one is attraction soap or favor soap. Those things sound so absurd to me. But people buy. I don't know if it works for them, but people buy and people are investing in these things. So, I don't think, come on, like, where are we really headed to? If at 20-something years, you're getting involved in all that, what will you do when you're older?
What do you do when you're older? Yeah, you talked about being in an industry that wants you to kiss ass or go naked for a role.
Yep.
Have you been asked to go naked for a role?
I wouldn't say go naked, but yeah, someone has asked for sex.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
So this is that when people talk about the sexual harassment in the industry, for you, it's not a theory. You've actually experienced
Oh, yeah.
it.
I've actually had an experience. So like I said, apart from those that I've worked with that, genuinely just liked me for being talented, I tried to work with someone one time. He invited me to his office. I went to the office. And then this guy left me waiting from afternoon till evening was when he was ready to have the meeting. So that was already weird. But because I was trying to work, right, I just had to be respectful, right? So I waited and then evening time came and then he's talking about hanging in a lounge. I'm like, okay, cool, we're trying to work. No wahala, let's go and discuss in the lounge. And then we were in the lounge and then you're scratching my hand and then he just starts to talk about how, this is what's going to happen, right? We're going to smash, and then I'm going to give you this job. It was actually a job, not even an acting gig. Right. It was a job, but then it's a media, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I've had that experience. And I think he's actually a very crazy guy because there was some time he was called out for fraud. Right. Yeah, but I think the matter died down. But yeah.
You shared with me that they've served you hot breakfast in this Lagos.
I've chopped breakfast. But even breakfast, I can still deal with breakfast. Right. It's okay if someone doesn't want to be with you anymore, right? But I've had a crazy situation with a nigger.
What happened?
I've had a very crazy situation with someone I trusted, right? And I think when people say men, this is like one person that just comes to my mind because this is like the only thing that has really, really hurt me. So I had an accident sometime in 2015 when I was in Unilag. I was driving with my friends. We were actually drunk driving. And then accident happened. Crazy accident. The car was a write-off at the end of the day. I rammed into someone's fence. But anyway, to God be the glory. I just gave my testimony on Christmas last year. Right. Yeah. Right. But it's a while ago. So when I had that accident, this guy at this point had randomly texted me on Instagram. It's a long story. Yeah, okay. So he had randomly texted me on Instagram. He says, oh, hey, Chioma, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I don't know you. You probably have the wrong Chioma. And he's like, oh, no, it's probably you. This one. And then I told him, I'm like, oh, it's not me. But anyway, he continued the conversation like he knew me. Yeah. And then the next day, he's like, hey, my new friend. So, I went through his profile. Of course, I wouldn't just text anybody back. So and I'm like, okay, cool. We started talking. So it wasn't long from when I had that accident. And then this guy is like, oh, that car was a write-off. You know what? It's not hard. I sell cars, so I can send you down a car. All you're going to do is pay for your shipping and your clearing. This was when I was still in school. I was in uni then. And I'm like, I was traumatized then, so I didn't even think I was going to be driving anytime soon. So every time we spoke, this guy was always telling me about this. Just pay for your shipping and clearing. I'll send you a car. November 18, 2020, I had cash to, throw around. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me see where this guy is going with this send shipping and clearing, and then I'll send you down a car. So this whole period, he's been calling me, checking up on me. We had become friends. Matter of fact, he had even come to Lagos a couple of times, about twice, and we had seen. Right. We had dinner, right?
So you guys friends, or you guys were like dating?
No, we weren't dating. No, we weren't dating at all. So, at this point, he's doing Big Brother for me, Big Brother. In fact, when I was in school, this is a crazy-ass story. So when I was in school, on few occasions, not more than 3 times, if not twice, but not more than 3 times, this guy sent me like small change. Then dollar was like maybe 19.5 or so. I remember. So he sent like $100 and then the money, you know, I'll change it about 3 times. So fast forward to this November 18, I sent this guy 600K just to, you know, okay, this is some money that should be able to, if not ship, it should be able to clear or something. This money would go somewhere. And then before the money got into his hands, he was always telling me, oh, just 21 days. 21 days, your car will come down. He sent me a site. I went to the site. I wanted to get an Elantra then. I had picked a red Elantra. I had made up my mind. Like, this was a deal that I thought was clean, right? Now, all of a sudden, after sending this guy my money, that was November. November passed, December passed. In January 2021 now, all of a sudden, of course, 21 days have passed at this point. He starts to tell me that he's paying instrumentally for the car. Oh, I thought you sell cars before. Now you're paying instrumentally. And oh, Chioma, if you bring in more money, it will make the process faster. So it didn't sound okay to me, but truly I knew that obviously I can't buy a car with that money. But this was not the deal, right? You were trying to do, okay, big brother, you know what? Yeah, do this and and then this guy sends, I don't know whether his brother or his friend, somebody to me. And then I give this guy cash. I had few dollars with me then. And I give this guy cash. Fast forward to like March. This was like 2021. All of a sudden, he just started telling me that there's COVID and Canada. He stays in Canada. Canada is locked down. Business is not moving. How is he supposed to pay for the car? How is he? Excuses. Oh, I'm like, okay, you know what? Cool, no problem. Just send me back my money. No issues. He said everywhere, truly, everywhere was locked down then. Everywhere was locked down. Excuses upon excuses. From COVID to one other time, he told me one car cannot just be in a container. It has to be 4 cars. So they have to send down 4 cars. The other people that are putting in their cars are not ready. One thing. It got to a point where I just knew that this guy wanted to play with me, right? I said, okay, no problem. I started asking him, like, this point, I'm not interested in the car anymore. Just give me back my money. So in June, the lockdown in Canada was, exactly, was lifted. People were going out and all that. Everything was back to normal. And then this guy has not sent me my money. He's not talking about my money. Someone who used to call me and text me all the time, all of a sudden, I'm calling you, you're not picking up, you're not texting me back. In August, randomly, I just opened, he used to follow me on Instagram. We're following each other on Instagram. In August, I opened my Instagram and this guy has blocked me rather. On Instagram. We had not even quarreled. And this whole time, I was trying to be respectful. So he doesn't say, Chioma acted like this, so hey, I'm not giving her money. I had not insulted him. I had just been begging. What made me know that he wanted to cheat me? I felt sick sometime. I had, what's the English name for Apollo? Because that was what they told me in the hospital. Conjunctivitis. Yeah. So the hospital had told me I had serious conjunctivitis, blah, blah, blah. My eyes were swollen. Half of my face was really swollen. I think I was just going through so much. And then the uncertainty of where my money was. Every day I just wake up and I'm like, what's really going on with this money issue, right? And then I sent this guy pictures of my face and how I'm not feeling well and I need to go to the hospital. I need my money, blah, blah, blah. And this guy is not still taking me serious. That's when I knew that shit was about to go down. So I told him, I'm like, I'm going to tell your wife. Because he was married and he had kids. Right. And I'm going to tell your wife that her husband is owing me. I don't have anything to hide. Because who else am I supposed to go to? If it's not your family, where else do I go to? So I told him, I'm going to tell your wife and I'm going to tell your siblings, his sisters and his brother. I know them. And then this guy, I don't know whether he didn't take me serious. So when my money is involved. I went to Instagram. I went to text his wife. Wrote the whole thing. Your husband took money from me on so dates. I just narrated like what was going on. Then this guy calls me and he's like, oh, really? I reached out to his wife. I want to spoil his family. Is this one? I have crossed the family boundary. I'm like, nigga, where's my money? Like, I've been asking you for my money for how long? Why did it have to get to this point? At this time, like 1 year was already going. No car, no refund. What is going on? I had reached out to his siblings, even the wife. I think she read my message. She talked to him about it, but she didn't respond. So I wasn't even getting any response from anyone. I reached out to his friends. I called his friends. One of them is in House of Rep. I called him. I said, your friend is owing me. Blah, blah. I spoke to his friends. That's because what else was I supposed to do, really? And this guy is not in the country. I can't arrest him. I even tried to reach out to Canadian police. They told me I have to reach out to Niger police first, and then they'll be the ones to want to. It was just long. So, you know. And I mean, till today, I haven't gotten my money back. Yeah. Charles Chioma Jideonwo, that's his name. His name is Charles Waya on Instagram. Right. Charles _WAYA. Yes. He's owing me money. You You people should help me go and call him out. For real.
Yeah.
And he hasn't given me my money. I just woke up and I'm like, I never dragged this guy. I never called him out. Nobody even knew what was going on. It was just him and then his family people that I was telling.
Yeah.
So I posted his picture up and then I wrote it, thief, fraudster, scammer, stole my money, blah, blah, blah. I literally narrated and then people went to his page. Few blogs carried it. They went to his page to drag him and this guy didn't still send me my money. And I told him recently, I'm like, bro, in 20 years, 10 years, if you don't send me my money, I will still drag you out as a thief. Like, I don't want to know what, I don't give a fuck. You haven't given me my money.
Yeah. And
this is someone that we were very close. When I say very close, like he used to really act like he was some kind of big brother that is just always there for me. And that's how he took my money. Until now, I haven't seen one kobo. So let me tell you, so when blogs carried the gist, right, some of them reached out to him to explain what was going on. And then this guy goes, there was no cash involved. And it was just that 600K I sent him. Oh yeah, send me back my 600. He has denied every money that I've sent to him. No problem. Just this one has a receipt. With the GT receipts, everything I never got my money back.
So apparently this was the agenda from the beginning when he
I guess. Because he used to always hit on just pay for shipping and clearing.
Yeah.
This guy was never, do you know, later on, he started telling the blogs that, oh, I was supposed to buy a car from him and I did not pay the money. Oh yeah, give me the one I've given you now. That's where we are at now. And this is someone who has sons and a daughter. And he's posting it on Instagram every day like it's normal. But I've told him that my father did not name me courage for nothing. I will drag him. And
he has been dragged.
He has not finished. The dragging has not finished until I get my money back. Yeah. And I know that most likely that money is not coming back, but I'm never going to stop embarrassing him.
Is that the craziest thing that's ever happened to you?
It's probably one of the craziest, yeah. Oh, and I mean, long time ago, I'm one of the girls who has seen a babe on my boyfriend's bed before. Yeah, that's another very crazy thing that has happened. Oh, my life is dramatic, trust me.
I like it. All the things we see in films has actually happened to you.
It has happened to me. And let me tell you the worst part of this.
We need you to subscribe, yo. And the reason is simple. The kinds of conversations, the kinds of words that we construct with our conversations on with Chude are driven by a vision of the kind of world I want to see, you know. You are the most important person in this entire ecosystem. You subscribing monthly. So do go ahead, subscribe. Ask somebody else to subscribe. Advise somebody else to subscribe. Refer to someone to subscribe. It matters, truly. Thank you as we continue to be human together.